Hey everyone, welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology forecast for the weekend of May 1st to the 3rd of 2020. Alright, so welcome to May everybody. This weekend we have the moon in Leo. So the theme this weekend could be about self-expression. Could be a really good day of cultivating the things we're interested in life. And maybe passionate about, maybe expressing ourselves verbally or creatively, and just having a bit of fun and playfulness could be a really good way of working with this weekend. Now, on Friday, we are easing up off of the Mercury conjunct Uranus, so if there is any new ideas you've had since maybe Thursday, or just thinking about things in terms of more freedom in your life, could be still a good day on Friday for mixing things up and experimenting and getting outside of our comfort zone with that. Now, all weekend we have Venus squaring up to Neptune. She's slowing down. She's going to go retrograde on May 13th. And so she's going to be forming this very long and dragged out square with Neptune. So Venus represents our relationships and our values in life, and Neptune is that deep water energy. So could be a weekend of maybe seeing some ideals with relationships, with our values, enjoyments, resources perhaps, but at the same time, maybe not seeing things as clearly. So good to really listen to our intuition, have more peace and acceptance in our relationships and with our values and resources. And in this way, it becomes very, very constructive. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here is the sky for this weekend. And again, we are using the actual size of the constellations called true sidereal astrology. This does change the signs from mainstream astrology, so if you are new, definitely check out that link down below for more information. All right, so let's go and take a look at this for each day of the weekend here, starting with Friday with the moon entering Leo, then well sets in Leo on Saturday, and then finishing Leo on Sunday, slowly making its way into Virgo for next week. So let's go and start with Friday with the moon shifting into Leo. There is this great time of cultivating our more expressive side. Leo, the lion, is about cultivating the things that we're proud of in life, the things that we enjoy, we're interested in, give us joy, give us passion, or just a bit of fun, maybe humorous, playful. Could be a good way of working with pretty much the whole weekend with the moon set in Leo. Now on Friday, we do have Mercury still a bit over Uranus. So if there were some things that you were thinking about on Thursday that maybe was different from what you're normally thinking about, maybe you're thinking outside the box, maybe you're seeing some visions, some excitement, some new and different change in your life, it still is a great day on Friday for incorporating some of that change. Maybe some freedom in your life, maybe doing some things that involve writing or communication or learning that is maybe outside of the normal mode of doing that. And in this way, it can still be a bit of an exciting day on Friday for learning new things and maybe communicating in new and different ways. Again, primarily to have more freedom in our life. And this is all part of the larger lunar cycle, which is the new moon we had a little over a week ago in Aries with Uranus. So maintaining the larger picture that this whole lunar month is around taking initiative and maybe making some of those changes for our true self and listening to our needs, our assertive side, our initiating side, listening to our instincts and our gut. Really good to develop in that larger context. And we could notice a bit of directness and assertiveness with our communications as well. So no major aspects on Saturday, but as we get into the later part of the weekend, which will likely start to feel even as early as Friday, is Venus, the planet of relationships, values, and resources, in a square with deep, watery Neptune. So with this, sometimes we can feel a bit dreamy or wanting to escape, or maybe wanting to enjoy more of the spiritual or subtle or creative elements of life. And this can make it a really good time to do that, to have healthy ways of finding peace in our relationships, with our resources, with our values. Great weekend for maybe getting a bit of rest, enjoying the resources of life, the sensual life in a more relaxing way. We do have Venus in Taurus, which is great for connecting to the more earthy elements of life. But peace, right? Surrendering what's outside of our control with those values, living a little bit more presently, and finding a bit of peace there with our relationships and enjoyments. And in this way, very constructive. If there is any, dreamy energy or wanting to escape, it is good to be clear right now. Just understand there might be this collective need for more of this peace and finding healthy ways of doing that, right? So really good weekend for things that involve that receptive energy. Maybe using your imagination, maybe compassion in those relationships, more acceptance, more peace, more surrender, more trust. Things of that nature could be very supportive. And to gain the clarity, of course, listening to that inner guidance, listening to that intuition, because that is where the clarity can be found if there is any confusion or uncertainty about any of these Venusian matters. All right, but great weekend for enjoying things in that receptive way and seeing what is our deeper values on a spiritual level and how to cultivate those. All right, so that's going to go exact very late Sunday and going into Monday of next week. Again, this is not normally dragged out so long. Usually this aspect would be much quicker, but Venus is going retrograde on May 13th, so she is starting to slow down here, which is dragging it out. So on a larger context, it could also be a good time of maybe starting to slow things down with how we're viewing our values, right? Our values are going to go through a reworking and rethinking process during the retrograde coming up mid-May. And so maybe good to start to see that those might be starting to shift. Those values, maybe, our relationship values, things regarding resources, things we enjoy, we'll be going through that reworking process so that we can cultivate the healthier expressions of those. All right, so that's definitely the most important thing this weekend, Venus square up to Neptune. But again, great weekend for this fire energy. Although we do have Earth with Venus and Mars, both in Earth signs, we do have quite a bit of fire now in the lunar month sense. So in the larger picture, again, great for taking initiative, asserting ourselves, expressing ourselves, especially the unique aspects of that with Uranus and bringing in more freedom there. But Leo, this weekend, self-expression, playfulness, creativity, fun, humor, really good to develop. Very late Sunday, we may start to feel a bit of the earthy energies of Virgo, which is going to lead into next week, early next week, being about improvement and refinement. All right, so everyone have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again so much for watching and for your support. Be sure to click that like button if you haven't yet. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more daily videos, and I'll see you all on Monday for the next daily forecast. Take care.